a quick through line between the events that we saw at the end of October and the beginning of the conflict, or what many analysts and observers, you know, um, specifies what they believe was the catalyst as the catalyst of the first round of mass killing 22 years ago in 2003. That catalyst started in Al-Fashir. It was when rebel groups that were mostly belonging to groups that are more sedentary farmers that are seen or perceived to be as non-Arabs, and they classify themselves as such, but it's more, a term that's linked to their livelihoods as being sedentary farmers historically. And these groups protesting their marginalization of their people economically and politically, and also their increasing persecution and their loss of land, a number of factors. Anyways, it led to an armed rebellion, and they stormed El Fasher and they captured El Fasher's airport. And that was quite a prominent moment 22 years ago. During that 22 years of conflict, there had been no ambush and quick victory that appeared to be almost as prominent as capturing the airport and an airbase, which took place in just a few days and was the first kind of lightning rod attack from these rebels. Fast forward 22 years later, those same rebels now were allying, under the banner of the joint forces. They were allies with actually the Sudan Armed Forces, which is the military, which has been really the main institution that has governed and consolidated control over Sudan. And really, Bashir himself grew out of that institution through a coup d'etat that took place. And so now these two opposing foes were now on the same side, as they were essentially under siege by the rapid support forces. And what we saw, essentially, how it can be categorized in a lot of ways, is the through line is that what they've essentially, the abuses they've committed there and are still committing until this day, though it's a black box, there's little connection, little information coming out. The abuses they're committing in a lot of ways is a continuation of the state backed abuses that they had committed. The IOM, which is the UN Agency for Migration, says that a little over 100,000 people have fled Al Fashir since the RSF stormed it.